One, thank you so much for letting us have your time and being able to show this off to you guys. We're very happy for you to let us do this. I am Elliot Foster, and this is my team member, Hailey. We do not have a team member with us today because he has other things to do, sadly. But this is going to be our presentation to you. It does hit on a lot of things about bullying and everything, because all our presentation is about anti-hate. That is our entire thing.
So what we stand for, our goal is to end hate in this world and to spread happiness and kindness, because, you know, middle schoolers and elementary kids are pretty mean and they just like pick on everyone for the slightest of things. And we want to make sure that everyone who is the victim of like bullying and whatnot is let it know, is that how you word it, that they're loved and that they are valid and etc.
Okay, these are different forms of hate. There's a lot of cyber stuff recently because of all the social medias that are coming around these days, and a lot of elementary to middle school are starting to get introduced to it, and a lot of hate can come from that. There's a lot of physical as well, like face-to-face, like there can be all types of stuff like that, and it's really bad. Verbal is some of the most common as well, a lot of name calling and all of that. One of the lesser things, but there is still out there racism a lot, which elementary is a little not as much, because as what many people see, not a lot of smaller children see that, but going up, a lot of people can, especially from their families. And then gender as well, because coming into middle school and all of that, people start to question themselves, and then a lot of people aren't accepting of that.
What is bullying? Bullying is like repeated pushy behavior where one person or a group of people is in a position of power where they pressure their victim or they abuse the victim with the idea that their idea is to hurt the victim physically and emotionally to make them feel bad about themselves. There is a line between clash and bullying incidences of bullying where there's like 3 characteristics.
And some of the steps of bullying is more internal, like you're wanting to just hurt someone emotionally or just more inside stuff, so it's not as physical, and then it becomes repeated. People just keep doing it and it keeps happening and it's like it doesn't stop, and then it comes to the power imbalance where the bully is a lot more over the victim because they've made them so low to them that they can't overcome it as well.
Types of bullying, which is like physical things, is like, you know, punching and smacking. Verbal things is like name calling or yelling. Rational things like excluding someone or starting rumors about them. And then cyber, which is things such as hurtful, repeated messaging or comments made over social media, or the person getting your number somehow and then like harassing you or whatnot.
What bullying and hate can lead to, a lot of when you're smaller, it can affect you and lead up to stuff like this, like depression, which is common, and then anxiety, which comes from like the repeated actions that the person takes upon them. And then sleep issues, it can lead to people overthinking at night, and it can cause insomnia and all that. It can happen to poor attendance at school where people can just be scared to come to school because of that bully. And then there's also the increase of dropout rates because of everything that's just going on with the students, and it's really bad.
What are some steps that you can take? Be nicer to everyone, which is you should teach your kids to be nice and be kind and to help the kids that are sitting alone wherever you are. it's a good thing to teach them, so that way they're not learning bad things in the future. Don't be a viewer. Help someone that you know is being bullied or being told or like having rumors spread around school. Try and stop that in whatever level that you can, and stand up for others or yourself. Standing up for yourself is good. It teaches that the bully can't do whatever they want to you, and you're like, go away. I'm standing up for myself. I'm more powerful than what you think I am.
And also, it's always good to seek help in the end, because you can't always deal with everything on your own. For a lot of little kids, they don't know how to deal with it by themselves. They can't do it by themselves, so they need to seek authority figures, trusted adults, parents, for them to step in like, hey, this shouldn't be happening, and just be able to help them, one another, even within peers, because we do not want our younger people to be getting really down and depressed and only knows what worse. But this is our presentation, but we have items for you guys that we have brought today.
That you produced, correct?
Yes. And we have some of our posters, and we were trying to print out more before this happened, but our printer had some issues. There is a few that we have multiple copies for if you'd like to take one. So, did everyone else get this picture? Does they need to see it? Yeah. We have one of this one, and they are going to be trimmed. Haven't had the time.
That's a cute.
This was made by one of our juniors. We had juniors and seniors make them.
Yeah.
Participate. Even to
adults.
adults.
We're not
Don't know what happened.
That's good.
Right
You approach that teacher and ask them to help you with something, and they put your head up.
Oh,
I love that.
cute. Mom's girl.
And on each one, we have our little logo on it of our fox coming out of a bottle. We did not have enough of our bottles to bring yet, because we have to order in more. But they're little bottles of positive messages that we can hide around the school for people to find and have their day brightened up.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
No.
How long have you guys been working on this?
We have been working on this since January. Yeah, January.
Wow.
That's great.
Oh, I like that.
I love that one with the butterfly.
And just the last one.
Upside down.
Upside down.
It's upside down.
Oh, that
Just
is
be
nice.
kind.
That's
Love
cute.
that
That's
one.
very cute.
Yeah.
That is all we have for you today. If you have questions, we would gladly take them. But if you'd like any more of the stuff, we can hand them out. And we will have more posters made if you are wanting some, because we're also trying to get them distributed to other schools so everyone has them, like the buttons, the stickers, and everything. So we're trying to produce them a lot more
So
before
they
we
can
stay.
choose anything from there that they
Yes.
would like, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes,
Very good job.